I talk more bad on Kobe's legacy. Your thought process versus reality is different. Reality is that Shaq was the best player in the NBA from this time period. That's a fact.
But who arguing that though?
Kobe fans argue it all the time. Like I'm not delusional. I'm a Kobe diehard, but I'm not delusional. And I'm a basketball player and a basketball fan still. When Kobe felt he was the best player on the team, he wanted to show the world. That's why he had him traded. If you think that they both understood who was 1 and 2, there would have never been no breakup. If anybody says Kobe was equal to Shaq when Kobe was 18, 19, 20, 21, I'm not trying to pay attention to you. I played in the NBA. We scouted. That was my favorite player. I know when he took over. I know who Shaq was.
I think you're looking at the check. I think that some take offense when you call Batman and Robin, but I think the whole point is option 1, option 2. However you slice that up, Superman, Batman, whatever you say.
Superman, Batman.
Gap, Old Navy, whatever it is, there's an option 1 and option 2. McDonald's, Chipotle.
Okay, and this is why people are stupid. Batman and Superman is way more disrespectful than Batman and Robin.
Buckets.
No, it's not, Gil. You said it's not? Okay, Superman is from not this earth, right? Batman is the billionaire that puts on a suit to fight. If he takes the suit off, he's just a billionaire. Superman is Superman with the cape on or without a cape. He's unhuman, right? Now, Robin can put on the Batman suit and do fairly well with all of Batman's gadgets. So Robin is technically closer to Batman than he is to Superman.
And as Jacob Sarah pointed out, Robin turns into Nightwing and does that work.
And just to be technical, 02-03 Kobe was became the number 1 option. This whole started for when I said the first year, second year, third year ring. That's all. And 2 guys that are arguing wasn't even in the NBA. No scouting report. They don't know no scouting report. They don't know anything. I mean, you got Kenyon who played him. Who did you double? Shaq. Did you double Kobe? Nope. Shaq is on the court.
So, Gil, you said the Patriots try to come out offensively. I think last game was their first time leading. The game 4 was their first time leading after the first quarter. In the whole series, they had a 1-point lead. They find themselves down 10 at the end of the first quarter in this one.
Mm-hmm. Kobe was 1B. Duh. Yeah. MB. 1B. What is 1B? Number 2. Gil only thinks on logic. Yeah. I don't think with feelings.
They saying he averaged 30 though, Gil.
Huh?
They saying he averaged 30. They're saying Kobe averaged 30 that year.
Okay, and what does Shaq average?
Shaq
okay, you see the difference? You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about Kobe as himself. We're talking about who he was with. Everyone in the NBA those 3 years, if they played with Shaquille O'Neal, they would have been option 2. They would have been Robin. He was the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's not going to be one player that's going to argue with you. There's not one player who played 99 to 2002 that would have put Kobe next to Shaq and say they were equal. Their scouting report won't say it. They won't verbally say it. There's no coaches, nothing. It's just fans that says it because they didn't have to guard Shaquille O'Neal. 03, this is not 03. I'm not talking about 03. They didn't win a championship in 03. Jesus Christ, don't act like I don't know. They didn't win no championship in 03. 99, 2000, 2000, 2001, 2001, 2002. Come on, man, stop playing with me. See, that's their problem too, Rashad. He's talking about the 03, 04 Kobe. I'm talking about the 3 years before that. I know my timeline. I investigated. Listen, just so y'all don't think, what name is that? Can you see that?
Can't see it, Gil, but I'll take your word for it. I want to see it. Don't get Stephen A. Don't get Stephen A.
I talk to the players that are on the team.
Yeah, because Rashad ain't coming to the league to what? Rashad got drafted 05, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 05. So he wasn't in the league to know.
I've asked this conversation with Derek Fisher, right? Trying to figure out what happened. Like, why didn't y'all run off 4-5? Like, why didn't y'all? And he said this. He said, Kobe came into his own. He said at the end of that third championship, when they played Spurs and he came into his own and we sitting there like, yeah, young fella running for the crown. Out. And he said, that summer after the third championship and they went into training camp. And they went into training camp, Kobe was on a mission. And he started off that season. Shaq got hurt. He started off that season and he was the number 1 option. And then when Phil tried to rein it back in, And then Luke Walton said when he got there, his rookie year was their last year. He said them boys wouldn't even pass the ball to each other. He said it was like they were both number ones. So even back then, like people don't realize we was trying to figure out in the league who was better,
Another one.
Cole or T-Mac on that 01-02 season. My trainer told me this. He said I'm taking. Now, this is when they were both Kobe and T-Mac was going at it. He said I'm taking Kobe all day. And I said why?
Kobe Moog had a better motor.
He said T-Mac is a dog. And I was like, dog, yeah. He was like, nah, dog, lazy dog. He said Kobe is by far. He said when it's all said and done, Kobe's gonna blow T-Mac out because of the motor that he has. He wants to be the best. Shaq even said it in the interview they did. In the interview they did once they both retired. If they understood who was the number one option when they played, they wouldn't have broke up. I just told you.
But it shifted though, right? At a certain point, right? And if you Shaq,
the end of the third championship, the third championship, the Spurs series, and then going into 02-03, Kobe was the number one option.
But if you Shaq, you don't want to hear that shit.
You didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it. And then you know, some of those players said if Shaq would have had it that 02-03 season and it was his, he said we would have probably four-peated. But nobody want to hear that. I'm trying to tell you, like when Kobe got into his own, the NBA think about it. What I'm saying, if you're a Kobe fan, then you would know when Kobe got into his own, the NBA was like, oh shit, they put a zone in. Think about what I'm saying. The zone came in after they three-peated because now Kobe came into his stardom. Like, oh shit, he is dangerous. They put a zone in, pretended they needed more shooting. No, it was to stop them two niggas. So you can zone them up because you couldn't double both. So now we can sit people in front and back.
If Tim Duncan, a healthy T-Mac, and healthy Grant Hill, Lakers don't win 3 in a row.
Win what year? If they play together?
Yeah. But it'd be the role players for me that Phil Jackson had on their team, like Derek Fisher and them. Derek Fisher don't get enough credit.
They made you stay honest. See, that was a problem. That was a problem when we had to guard them. I mean, you knew Kobe was a one-on-one player, but you got to remember that early Kobe didn't shoot threes like that. He didn't shoot a lot of threes like that. A lot of them didn't shoot a lot of threes, but because there was so much movement in the offense, where you actually had to respect the movement. If not, you was giving up easy shots to players that wasn't supposed to score. And because you did that, you got Shaq trying to duck in over there, and then it swung Kobe trying to play one-on-one. It was a disaster, man. I talk more bad on Kobe's legacy. Your thought process versus reality is different. Reality is that Shaq was the best player in the NBA from this time period. That's a fact.
But who arguing that, though?
Kobe fans argue it all the time. Like, I'm not delusional. I'm a Kobe diehard, but I'm not delusional. I'm a basketball player still. But I'm a basketball player and a basketball fan still. I'm not just a person fan. When Kobe felt he was the best player on the team, he wanted to show the world. That's why he had him traded. If you think that they both understood who was 1 and 2, there would have never been no breakup. That's a fact. The conversation they had when they was 38 years old, that's not the same as when they were 20.
Yeah, with egos involved.
And the egos was there, and they were trying to figure out who was number 1 and number 2. There was a problem there.
So how hard was it to figure out who was number 1, who was number 2, though? Phil Jackson couldn't establish that? The Zen master?
And he got his ass. When he established who was number 1, who got traded, and who got fired.
Well, we know Dr. Buzz, he went with Kobe.
They acting like I'm making something up. Like Kobe was being compared to Penny Hardaway to Shaq. He didn't like it. People was trying to figure out who was better between him and T-Mac. He didn't like it. And he's saying, if I didn't have Shaq with me, I would be blowing you niggas out. You're beating me in scoring. I got Shaq with me. Let me get rid of Shaq, and I'll show y'all. And when he got rid of Shaq, he showed us. So,
yeah, but how many shots was Kobe averaging when he was leading the league in the NBA?
It didn't even matter. He was doing it on 5.
Hey, how much do you think that championship that Shaq went and won with D Wade in Miami like motivated Kobe? That nigga probably stayed in the gym 20 hours out of 24.
Nah, man. Listen, Cole was
to shake the house up like that, and it's like bet on me, and then he go win another ring.
You got to remember, Kobe
drive him crazy.
Kobe had the 3 rings before he turned into the Black Mamba. Now, right? Before like you're talking about a 21-year-old, 22-year-old with 3 rings, right? This is Anthony Edwards last year, right? That's not a proven, that's not the prime player yet, right? So he's like, well, I need scoring titles, I need MVPs to be really for people to take me seriously, and that was the problem. He wanted to show the world what he can do by himself. And then once he got his accolades, and then they started penalizing him up, that's when he was like, I need to win some more.
Hey, do you think it was ever a conversation between him and Shaq where he's like, look, bro, I want the number 1 spot. Like I'm number 1, you be number 2. And if you don't have the number 1 spot for long enough, and they just couldn't, the egos wouldn't allow it, or it just never happened?
Egos wouldn't allow it. You're talking about Shaquille O'Neal, who was top 3 player in the NBA those 3 years, then missed only 10. I think Shaq only missed the first 10 games. And it was Kobe's team. And when Shaq came back, Phil Jackson was trying to convince Kobe to take a back seat. And nah.
Or you never think it was a conversation between them two, like man to man, just the egos won't allow it?
No. Listen, this is my rookie year was their last year together before the Shaq trade. To put it nicely, they were not on the same page. They were both number 1 options because they wouldn't pass the ball to each other. Like they was really trying to figure out. Like I know they wasn't on the same accord because even when Shaq got to Miami, he felt he was the number 1 option, and D Wade took a back seat. And what happened there is after the first year, the second year, Shaq missed the beginning of the season. D Wade had them boys moving in a different direction. Shaq came back against the Lakers, and D Wade and Kobe was going at it. Shaq was pissed off, and Gary Payton had to sit his ass down and say, "Hey man, we're gonna move with the young boy. I came here to win the championship." Ooh, nice pull up. Hey, I want to think about that. I need to ask the Melo and KD when they were both on the Olympics. I know those 2 played one-on-one.
Who that?
KD and Melo. I know USA basketball. Them boys play one-on-one. Yeah, I like Melo. I like Melo. I like Olympic Melo. Yes, that's what I said. I'm talking. Thank you, Jacob. I'm talking about 2000 to 2002 Kobe. Everybody else talking about 03 to 2010.